Hi, I'm Tom Sommers with Coldwell Banker Burnett. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes out of your day to learn about the 5 things that differentiate me from my competition that have led to a very successful career in selling real estate that will help homeowners just like you get their homes sold. I'm sure you're getting inundated right now with all types of letters, phone calls, emails, probably even some agents knocking on your door. I feel that the door knocking and some of that stuff is a little bit too intrusive. Nobody wants to get caught off guard. So I thought, what can I do to set myself apart, to show you my value and show you things that I believe will benefit you in the sale of your home? So that's where the video idea was born. I'm going to go through all 5, so let's get started with number 1, which is exclusive CBX marketing platform. This is exclusive to Coldwell Banker, and it's a brand new system that we've been messing with here for the last couple of months, and it could very well be the coolest thing I have ever seen since I started selling residential real estate. Why? Because now that we live in the world that we do with the internet, where they're collecting data on us from Amazon to everywhere else that you shop and spend time online, we're able to tap into a lot of those big data sources along with social media, put all that information into this program and figure out or better pinpoint exactly who that buyer is for your home. So an example would be this. If you had, say, a 2-story home, more than likely you're going to want to, or more than likely will sell to, of a young family, someone with a bunch of kids that needs that huge space to live in and all the extra bedrooms. Whereas if you have, say, a 1-level townhome, more than likely it's a baby boomer who'll purchase because they're looking to downsize, they don't want as much square footage, and they don't need so much space. That stuff is common sense, but the piece that I didn't see coming when we first started working with this software is how much more ability than that it actually has. I'll give you an example. Last week I was in Shakopee doing a listing appointment for a couple who was selling their home. As I was driving down there, I was thinking, all right, I would market to Shakopee, I would market to Savage, Prior Lake. Those are the closest suburbs around this particular home, maybe Belle Plaine, depending on how it looked data-wise. But the thing I didn't see coming was when we went through this whole process through the CBX marketing platform, it showed that there was an 88% match of buyers that are currently living in Burnsville, which is more than the typical 10-mile radius. So now I can take that information and not only do the suburbs I said I was going to do, but also add Burnsville and maybe even Apple Valley or Bloomington to it, because it's fitting a certain specific criteria. So if it's a soccer mom or it's someone with a college degree, we can literally go in and we can target market on Facebook and a lot of other sites specifically for the types of buyers that have different interests that fit that buyer profile per se. So what ends up happening is that more of the showings you get are going to be qualified showings where the people who are actually showing up are in that demographic that would purchase your home. So that's number 1. Number 2 is the beyond 4,000+ MLS-based websites. We have over 4,000 MLS-based websites that you will go on as soon as I put your house on the market. But the real win beyond that is the additional 900+ that are non-MLS based sites. Some you've heard of, some you haven't, but you never know where that buyer is going to come from. So they may be coming from out of town. They're going to see this in a different area that they normally wouldn't. And it also includes Zillow and Truly and all of that. But the bigger thing for me with this particular piece is when I put the house on the market on the MLS, it pretty much looks very similar on all other MLS-based sites, no matter which ones they are. So it would be all of the other brokerage companies. When we're adding it to the 900+, which is, I think we're the only ones, Coldwell, doing this, we're able to manipulate and change your listing by adding different features to it or featuring different features. So I don't know what that buyer's hot button is. So if I start with, say, an exterior photo of your home on the MLS, with all the descriptions and everything, there may be someone who will pass it by because they don't really care about the exterior of the house or the look, but what they really care about is a huge master suite with a walk-in closet. So on one of these other non-MLS based sites, I'm able to change it so that maybe on this site it features your master bedroom. On this site it features the fact that your lower level is finished and it's a walkout. We don't know what the buyer is looking for. So the whole idea behind all of this is to make your home look as different as it can in every single market to try to draw attention into a buyer who might have missed it. So then at the end of the day, you're going to be on over 4,900 MLS and non-MLS based sites, and you are going to get the traffic and you're going to be seen because of it. Number 3, a virtual showing, not a virtual tour. Most of you are very familiar with what the virtual tour is. I don't think they work, and agents keep doing it because it's old technology and they don't know what else to do. What I do differently is I do what they call a virtual showing. I am taking advantage of this technology that I'm probably one of the only ones in the Twin Cities that's doing this. What I do is I go through with my 4K camera, which is a high resolution video camera. I film the entire house, inside and out, perimeter, the whole thing. I go back to my office, I overdub the audio, and I walk that buyer literally through your whole entire house. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for the detailed information. So if I'm in the kitchen, I'm going to show them what kind of cabinets you have, soft closed drawers, what type of hardwood floor, do you have a walk-in pantry, and so on. And these are usually 10 to 12 minutes long, and the buyers will sit and watch all of this information because they want to know. That's why number one complaint from clients, buyers, is that there's never enough information online and I never know what I'm looking at. It's like, yeah, I know there's a kitchen there, but what features do the kitchen have? Is it next to a formal dining room? Is it next to the mudroom or laundry room? Those are the types of things that the video will answer. So not only will we get the video on all of the MLS based sites, I'll also get them onto all of those non-MLS based sites. Plus we can do boosting with Facebook and other social media, Twitter, Instagram, you name it, it's going to be everywhere. What this does is it gives that buyer a chance to have their first showing at home. Years and years ago, they would have to go to an agent to see the houses for sale, or they would have to look in the newspaper, go to an open house on Sunday. Now less than 2% of the homes sell on an open house because we give the buyers everything. So typically what they do is they look at your listing. If they like it, they'll drive by. Once they drive by and they say, hey, I like this neighborhood, then they're going to call me, the listing agent, or call their agent to show them the home. What we're trying to do is I'm trying to get in front of all of these buyers and show them every detail about your home that no other agent who isn't the listing agent could possibly know or understand. This gives you a huge advantage because I'm the one speaking directly to that buyer. It makes a huge difference. Whereas the virtual tours, all they are is maybe 20 photos and some classical music with no information. It's no different than watching a slideshow. There's just no value there. So why keep doing something that doesn't work? Number 4, professional photography and drone photography. This is a really important piece because more and more on these expired listings I see really bad photography. Windows and lighting that are completely blown out, the room is too dark, it's crooked, it's this, it's that, it lacks detail and information below each one of the photos. So the buyers don't know what they're looking at. I've got 15 seconds to make an impression, and if I don't get that impression to that buyer in the 15 seconds, they're gone and they're looking at another property. There's just too many out there for them to choose from. I do photography on the side for fun. It's my passion, but I'm also a professional photographer. I've been hired by international bands to do photos for them and shoot them live. This is something that I'm very serious about. I've got the gear and I understand how to work with Lightroom, lighting to make your photos look like they're coming out of Better Homes and Gardens magazine. In addition, we own our own drone. A lot of agents, unless you have $1 million home, would never spend the money on having the drone done. We own our own drone, we do all of our own filming, so not only does that drone footage get added to your virtual showing, we also use still photos inside of the listing to show people how big your yard is, that maybe you back up to a wooded area or you have a lake or a pond. All of these things are important to buyers because they want information. If you have a listing and you don't have professional photography, I think you've already lost half, if not more, of your potential buyers because they literally have to weed it out. Well, how else do we weed out all these listings? We get rid of the ones that we think look crappy. The 5th and final point of the 5 things is my experience. I've sold over $60 million worth of residential real estate. I've been licensed for 15 years. I've got a deep understanding of the technology and how to use that technology to promote and sell your home, and that benefits you by getting more money and a quicker sale. I'm also extremely good at negotiating. I will fight for you from beginning to end. I will not disappear on you once the sale has happened. I've got another 50 some odd things I have to do from a task standpoint once we turn that file in to get ready to close. So I'm going to be with you from beginning to end, from start to finish. I'm going to help you negotiate. I'm never going to speak for you, and I'm always going to give you all of the choices that you have, and then you tell me how you want this to work out and what you want to do. I think that these are the things that make a difference when you're selling houses. You need a strong, committed, professional real estate agent that will do everything they can to get your home sold. So that's my pitch. If you are interested in what I have to say and you'd like to learn more and talk about specifics, email me, call me, text me, whatever's comfortable for you. I'll come to your house, I'll meet you for coffee, or I'll just talk to you on the phone. Whatever's comfortable for you, but give me a call. If you sat through this and this just doesn't sound like the right thing for you, hey, I understand. Thank you so much for taking a minute of your day to look at what I have to say and consider it. Again, thank you very much. I hope to hear from you soon, and I wish you nothing but the best.